Did you just come out that crack, man? Yeah. Yeah, they did pretty much. Huh. That's interesting that this would spew us out here. Well, let's get out of here. I can't warp out of here, or cast outside or anything like that, so we're just gonna have to walk out the old-fashioned way. Okay, fine. Yeah, it's just kind of weird with the, because that was where the Archfiend came from, they said, but... What the? Oh, yeah, you see, that passage wasn't there in the first game, so I guess they're trying to use this to explain that, I guess. So, yeah, it's a nice little touch. I like that. Nuts. You wanna... No, I don't want to spoil it. Well, I suppose you guys can figure it out. Some of you have figured it out already. Guy with a ball of light, 3 pieces of equipment, and 3 items he needed to get the rainbow drop. Well, if you haven't figured it out, we'll find out soon enough, viewers. But yeah, let's get out of here. And let the people know we defeated the bad guy. What's going on? Is the whole world collapsing? Oh, hey. Alright. Looks like the Sphere of Light did its job. Like how they did like a little bit of an extended intro for the theme there. Nice touch. Oh, by the way, you can't cast Return to Anywhere but here. Yeah, we're kind of stuck now. All the monsters are gone, obviously. This is the real ending, viewers. Say guys, you want to move the castle a little to the west for continuity and everything like that? Yeah, we'll just talk to some people. Alright, yeah, I like how they changed the I don't know if it's a color palette, but whatever they did for this area. Hip hip hooray! Yeah, pretty much everyone says the same thing. Yay, thank you for saving the world and everything like that. Alright. How's it going? Oh, yeah, a lot of people say the exact same thing, actually, apparently. Well, there we go. Solo's a caring soul. Alright, yeah, let's just go to the castle, because that's pretty much where we gotta do to continue on with the ending. So, there we go. Not one of many fake-out endings. Oh, I wonder if the treasure's all back there. Seems to have respawned. No, I still got the treasure. Yeah, so basically we go here and talk to the king. See, is the Dragon Lord gonna show up? Too many sprites on the screen moving at once! There we go. Alright. Well, thank you. What is that? Oh, yeah. You see, if you haven't figured it out, I am basically Erdrick, essentially. So, yeah, what they were talking about. They spoiled it on the box that came with the game. That's kind of a bastard move. But then again, they did give us a handbook with the whole game. So, yeah. So we were... Although, you know, I was going to say, did they retcon... Is this a retcon compared to the story they told us in Dragon Warrior 1? Because then they said... I thought they said Erdrick was alone. He was the only guy, you know, who was involved. Not with 3 party members with him. But I'm going to cut the game some slack and say, you know what? They did say it was a legend passed down over the centuries and things were forgotten and things like that. So you know what? I'll cut them some slack. Maybe they were embellishing Solo or Erdrick, you know. So, you know, I'll give them some slack there. Solo, space, because you have 8 letters in your name. Well, whatever, but yeah, you see, this is how everything came to be in the first game. Oh, but yeah, I guess they call it Emblem of Erdrick instead of the token, but same difference. So yeah, that amulet we got, that eventually becomes the token of Erdrick in the first game. So there we go. So yeah, I kind of like how they did that with the trilogy, you know? You start the first game, you hear about the legend of Erdrick, and you don't even know if it's true or not. You know, and then you play as the descendants of the guy from the first game, and then the second game, and then you actually get to be Erdrick in the third game. You know, that's pretty cool. I like that. It's a nice touch. great music for the ending here, too. It's nice. They really go all out for these games. Alright, so, for my usual review of the game, I'm not gonna do like a technical rating, because obviously, as far as technical respect, obviously it's Dragon Warrior. I mean, come on. But, and nothing I can really say about the graphics. The music is really good for the game. You can really tell how much more effort they put into this game as opposed to the first two games, which, they were pretty small, and I heard Dragon Warrior 2 was really rushed, actually, but yeah, I mean, just, the complexity of the tunes and everything like that, all the sound channels, I mean, this was high-tech stuff back then, viewers. Did a very good job, Koichi, whatever your last name was, I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, this, like I was saying, this has my favorite final boss music in the series from the ones that I've played. At least I played 1 through 5 so far. So, but yeah, I mean, the battle theme was also really, really cool. Just really complex and fast and upbeat. I like that. It's exciting. Although overall, it's probably not my favorite soundtrack in the series. But, well, we'll get to that game soon enough, viewers. Soon enough. But, yeah, for the plot, I mean, obviously there's not much I can say about the plot. I wish they did a little more with Baramos. But, I mean, I like how, it's really started to become a real RPG, or JRPG, where, like, each town had something different about it, something interesting that gave backstory to the world. Maybe, like, a little side quest for each town, or maybe not every town, and they still had little towns that were just out of the way, just to explore and everything like that. I think it really did the exploration really well, where you could pretty much do anything in any order, really, except for maybe getting that last silver orb going through the, what was that place? Going through the Cave to Necrogon, That's about the only thing you really couldn't do first. Everything else, yeah, there were some enemies that were harder than others, but, nothing that was so obscene that, you had to do everything in a specific order, So I really like how they gave you the ability to just do things in whatever order you want. Really nice, open exploration and everything like that. And this song is really long, too. It's quite a few minutes, They never did this back in the NES days, or at least not very often there. The battle mechanics, I also really like how, you choose a job class and you pretty much want to stay with it for the entire game. I really like that. I'm not a huge fan of how they do it in a lot of the later Dragon Quest games, like Dragon Quest 6 and 9, which I've played a bit of those too. And they just, they let everyone do everything. I don't like it when they do that in RPGs, because then it's just like, oh, okay, well, like I'm in Dragon Quest 6 now, and it's basically, okay, I'll have my 3 characters do 3 roundhouse kicks against the group and Burning Breath to paralyze them, and that's pretty much it, and it's like, I'm not really doing much that's different from one character to another. I like each character to have a specific role in battle, so that way, not everyone is doing everything, and it gives me some variety. It keeps me interested in the game. That's one thing I like how Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior 3 and 4 did really well with that. Yeah, they give you the ability to mix it up, but they still, they don't go overboard with it either, And I just really like the replay value for this game, because I played this game quite a few times to get it ready for the LP. I only did 2 official test runs for this game, but I tested out like different job classes, combinations, things like that. So, that's one thing I really like about a game, when it gives me the ability to learn more about the game so many times by playing it like that. Like Chrono Cross did that, and things like that. Some people ask me, don't you get bored of playing a game like 3 or 4 times, or well, 2 or 3 times in a row like that? And not really when I'm doing these test runs. As long as I'm learning something new about the game, or heck, even about the plot or the world of the game, that keeps me interested. I like that. Now, when I'm playing a new game that I'm not, testing for LPs or something like that, yeah, I'm probably only going to play it once, just to, play it and experience it, but then move on to the next game, so. But yeah, I did another test run where I had with a hero, obviously, fighter, a pilgrim, and a wizard with no class changing, because I'm not a huge fan of the soldier. It's just a little too slow. Having the agility of the fighter is really good for the really hard parts of the game in the mid-game, really, there. So, yeah, I think the agility is just so critical for that. So I hope you've enjoyed Let's Play Dragon Warrior 3 as much as I've had making it, and all of these Erdrick games, or Dragon Warrior games of the Erdrick trilogy. This is the end of the Erdrick trilogy, by the way. There's no more Erdrick games. We move on to the Zenithia trilogy. I have played Dragon Quest IV, and I am very interested in doing an LP of that one, because that's, at least from what I've played, it's my favorite in the series. So I'd most likely do the NES version, but I might consider the DS version. But, well, we'll see. We'll see what I can do. But, yeah, I don't have any plans to do that right now. Certainly not this year, but, well, soon enough, viewers, soon enough. Yeah, this was 1988 back then. It was hardcore. So, looks like we saved the world. Or did we? Yeah, it continues in Dragon Warrior 1, because this was a prequel. Nice touch there. Nice touch. This is H.C. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.